Let's get right into it. The 2026 World Cup is expanding to a massive 48 teams, and it is completely shifting the global football landscape. We've been poring over the data, expert analysis, FIFA rankings, supercomputer models, to solve one massive mystery for this explainer. Where is the true group of death hiding in this new unprecedented tournament format?
To figure this out, we have to start with a scenario that's probably keeping defenders up at night. What actually happens to the tournament bracket when you force Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland into the exact same group? You're essentially forcing two of the most explosive, generational talents to collide head-on before the knockout stages even start.
But then you have to ask, is pure star power really the ultimate threat? What about a group that boasts a staggering median FIFA ranking of 20.0? That means the absolute middle-of-the-pack team in that group is still a top 20 squad globally. For the heavyweight stuck there, it mathematically eliminates any chance of an easy match or a rest day.
And finally, the million-dollar structural question. With this new 48-team format, where the top 2 advance plus the 8 best third-place teams, does a traditional group of death even exist anymore? Or is the new nightmare just surviving the sheer mathematical chaos of third-place tiebreakers?
Let's kick things off with our statistical comparison, benchmarking the pure quality of these groups using FIFA rankings to find the strongest on paper.
Take a look at this number, 25.75. That is the average FIFA ranking of Group I, which packs in France, Senegal, Norway, and Iraq. Statistically, this makes it the absolute highest quality group in the tournament. You've got France's ridiculous depth, Senegal's unmatched physical dominance out of Africa, a Norwegian squad spearheaded by Haaland, and a highly motivated Iraqi team. The talent density here is just off the charts. But then, look at 20.0. As I mentioned a second ago, this is the median ranking for Group L, which features England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. So while Group I might have the highest average, Group L has the absolute strongest middle. There is literally no weak link here. England and Croatia are tactical masterminds, Ghana is a physical powerhouse, and Panama plays a notoriously gritty low block that can frustrate literally anyone.
So it really comes down to picking your poison. Are you more terrified of Group I's raw, explosive talent, or Group L's gritty parity, where every single match is going to be an exhausting 90-minute war of attrition? One is a showcase of individual superstars, and the other is a tactical gauntlet where absolutely nobody's survival is guaranteed.
Moving on to our surprise and balance analysis. Let's look at the unpredictability and the dark horses that could blow this whole thing wide open.
This tournament is practically engineered for chaos. First off, injuries are already decimating some of these deep squads. Think about Brazil losing Milito, or Ghana missing Salisu. Then you factor in the geography. The logistical footprint across the US, Mexico, and Canada is massive. Teams stationed on the West Coast, for example, have a distinct advantage over those zigzagging across 3 different time zones. Toss in the new math for third-place qualifications, and these tactical disruptors can flip a group entirely upside down.
And that's exactly where our dark horses come in. These are the squads totally capable of wrecking a favorite's game plan. In Group I, you have Senegal, and that Haaland-led Norway side just waiting to punish any tiny mistake France makes. Over in Group D, you have a highly tactical mix of styles. Turkey, coming in with some incredibly technical young talent, serves as a massive spoiler, alongside the USA, Paraguay, and Australia. These are the exact teams that make this tournament so unpredictable.
Real quick, before we reveal the ultimate difficulty table, if you're enjoying this explainer, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a breakdown. And head down to the comments right now and let us know what topics or matchups you want us to analyze next. We read all of them, so let us know.
All right, let's get into the comparative table. Here is our ranking of the top 3 toughest groups.
We've graded them out, and Group I takes the top spot with a brutal 9.5 difficulty rating, honestly just due to the sheer undeniable individual talent. Group L is right behind it with a 9.0, serving as an absolute gauntlet of parity, where anybody can beat anybody on any given day. Rounding out our top 3 is Group D at an 8.5, anchored by the USA but heavily complicated by some incredibly tight, high-pressure matchups.
Now this is fascinating. Look at the standard deviation of the FIFA rankings within these specific groups. Group D has a variance of just 36.04. That means the talent gap between the USA, Turkey, Paraguay, and Australia is remarkably narrow. It is statistically the most compressed group in the entire tournament, meaning every single match is going to be an absolute nail-biter.
Finally, let's wrap up with an expert opinion summary, looking at what the supercomputers, predictive models, and global consensus are telling us.
I absolutely love this quote from the fan community because it perfectly captures the reality of the 48-team era. The real terror isn't necessarily playing one juggernaut. It's getting caught in a mathematical deadlock, a group where 3 teams just beat each other up, finish with 4 or 5 points, and advancement comes down to a single goal differential. That is exactly where World Cup dreams die.
The betting markets and the Optus supercomputer highlight this tension perfectly in Group D. The USA is sitting at a 41.6% chance to win the group, but the rest of the pack is right on their heels, with Turkey at 30.4%. Paraguay and Australia are highly capable of stealing points too, so the models show that just one unexpected draw could completely upend this entire group's hierarchy.
Meanwhile, over in Group I, the massive odds gap tells a completely different story. France is sitting at plus 470 to win the whole thing, while Norway, even with Erling Haaland, is way back at plus 3,000. It just proves how brutal Group I really is. Even if you have a generational superstar on your roster, dragging your nation out of a group this top-heavy is a monumental task.
So when you bring it all together, the experts and the models agree. If you measure difficulty by the terrifying presence of world-class superstars, Group I absolutely takes the crown. But if you're looking at the likelihood of major upsets and the sheer grinding exhaustion of playing teams with 0 weak links, Group L is your ultimate gauntlet.
So, I'll leave you with this. Based on the cold hard data, the travel logistics, and the specific matchups, which group do you think is truly the hardest to escape? Let us know your pick down in the comments. And while you're there, tell us what World Cup topic or tactical trend you want us to cover in our next explainer. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you next time.